All right, what's up, everyone? How is it going on this Thursday morning? Hope everyone is doing well. And just want to jump on here again and talk a little bit about my most recent post that I made, and that is about doing too much at once. So a lot of people when they, oh, I want to get healthier, I gotta do this. I gotta exercise 4 times a week. I gotta change my whole entire nutrition plan. I gotta count my calories, count my macros. I gotta go to bed. I gotta sleep 8 hours. I got to um, do mobility. I gotta stretch. I gotta train. All these different things. You think you gotta do everything at once, and a lot of times that is going to cause a lot more harm than it will good, because if you're throwing too much stuff at yourself at once, you're more likely to get overwhelmed, especially if you haven't done it before, if you haven't been healthy, if you've been out of shape, you've been overweight, you've been practicing all this bad habits and behaviors for the last 20, 30 years. Just changing everything at once probably isn't going to work out well for you. You get overwhelmed, you get discouraged because you can't keep up and you can't figure out everything at once, and it's just going to be tough to do that. So tend to have, when I work with my clients, when I started out, it's focus on smaller things, smaller swap. In my post, I made about smaller swaps, but just starting small with anything can lead you a long way. Starting small, building on these behaviors and habits, and just piling on, and that's what leads to big wins. That's what leads to bigger, better results, the results that you want to have, and the results that last. Not just 30 days I lost 10 pounds, and then after that you put it all right back on and you're back to square one, if not worse. So it's important to start small, start with simple things that you can do. And like I said in my post, I made the simple swaps, and it's some examples would be, maybe now you take the elevator all the time. Instead of that, take the stairs. You When you go to a store, don't park in the parking spot right next to the store at Target there. Park back further back. You're going to get more steps. You're going to walk around more. And it's just simple little things like that when it comes to your nutrition. Maybe you're a big pop drinker. You're drinking a can or two a day. Swap that can of pop out for a glass of water. Um, Switch that bag of chips out for a apple, a banana, something like that, a piece of fruit. You're staying up all night watching Netflix, go to bed. Um, it's simple like that. These simple things that are not, because we want to, people kind of like the natural, I don't know, inclination or behavior of human beings to try and take on everything at once, when that's not necessarily going to be the best for us. If we take small, we build on those. So a lot of times, one of the first things I have people work on with their nutrition, first I'll have them track their nutrition to see what they're eating and what they're putting in their body. Track everything. Not, oh, I added a little bit of, I had a handful of nuts here, or a couple chips here, or a cookie there, but I'm not going to tell my coach because then they won't know. No, track everything, because this gives us a point of where we can see where you're at, and then we build on there. So a lot of times, one of the first habits we work on with, I work on with most of my clients, because it is such a big problem in society today, is protein intake. So it could be adding an extra, a little bit more protein each day. So maybe we do that in the form of having um, a chicken breast. So, or our simple step could be have a fist size portion of protein at every meal. That is a great first one to do. Small. It's not hard. Yes, it's going to be challenging for people, especially because most people don't eat any protein really. It's going to be challenging, but if this was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be in shape, and that's not the truth. Most people are out of shape, overweight, and in poor health. That is just, studies show, and it's kind of embarrassing. And that's one of my goals, is to make not only River Falls, but make as many people as I can, as much impact as I can on helping people not only get in shape, but feel better, move better. And a lot of times that just starts with these smaller swaps, these simple things you can do. Taking the stairs instead of elevator, parking farther away, drinking water instead of pop, eating fruits and vegetables instead of chips and cookies, adding more protein, uh, drinking, I guess I said water, going to bed instead of watching TV, maybe it's reading a book, something like that. Just something small, something simple. And then what you do is you do these. So we pick that, add that protein, fistful of protein at each meal. We do that for a couple weeks, and you get into that routine. We're not worried about everything else. We get that into a routine, and you start doing that and doing that and doing that, and then it becomes a habit. It's simple for you. It's in the back of your mind. You're not even thinking about it, and it's just doing that right there, right now, and then building on that, building on those, and then celebrating those small wins. Like you look after 2 weeks, and you're like, that was not so hard. I can eat that protein, and then you add more, and then after you master that, you get that into a habit behavior. You pick your next thing. So maybe it's you're gonna start training 3 times a week, and you do that, you do that, you do that, you do that. Build on it, build on it, build on it. Your momentum, it's that snowball effect. It starts getting bigger and bigger, rolling downhill, and things start to get easier. You're getting more, you're feeling better. You're building momentum, like I said, and you are, what is I trying to say? You have the confidence. You build that confidence, and you build that own motivation. And that's your motivation right there because you're seeing results. You're in, maybe you're losing weight. Maybe you're just feeling better. Maybe you're moving better. You have less aches and pains, but you feel better, and that gives you the motivation after you see those results to keep going, to keep pushing forward because you know how much better you're doing, and you know it's getting easier as you go. Yes, a lot of times the most difficult thing is starting, but a lot of times when we start, we try to pile everything on and do everything at once, and that is a bigger issue. That causes a lot of problems, a lot of issues with people because, like I said, we get overwhelmed, and then we just give up altogether. We throw in the towel when we should just when if you start small and build on these smaller habits, these smaller simple swaps that you can do, it goes much smoother. It's easier. You see the confidence build. I see the confidence build in my clients after a few weeks, a month, 2 months. It's just crazy how much better they are getting. They're more motivated. They're less likely to not do things, and they're just doing what they can and making it work because they're not throwing everything at once. It's not counting calories, counting macros, counting training, over complex training all at once. It's taking simple steps, simple swaps, simple habits, building on those, celebrating those wins, and then going from there and keep adding and doing what works and it's important because you track and you follow along with this because if you don't know what's working, you don't know what's not working. Doing these small things can also help us make it easier to, like I said, find out what's working, what's not working. We can adjust if needed. Things that aren't working, things that are working, keep doing them. Things that aren't working, find something else. So again, start small. That's what I want you guys to get away from this video today is start with smaller things. Don't throw everything at once because that's what happens with these 30-day challenges and whatever, these detox, all this junk that's out there. Oh, just do this for 30 days. No, it's not going to work because you're just going to fall right back out because you don't learn habits, you don't learn behaviors that you can take with you for the rest of your life. And that's what we do here at TAG. We help you to build those behaviors, those habits, so they become part of your lifestyle, part of your routine, and you're not even thinking about them anymore. So simple, small swaps, guys. Start small, then work towards your bigger goals. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, you can comment, send me a DM here. Otherwise, send me an email, trevor@tagpn.com, and we will be in touch. Have a wonderful Thursday, guys. We will talk again soon. Thank you.